welcome for everybody joining the call. This is not scripted, just a conversation with the one and only Mr. FADI KOD. Code or COD?
It's FADI KOD, but FADI KOD, FADI KOD. I personally don't mind, but it's KOD because it stands for the abbreviation of King of Drums. But since it's not nice to use the word King, I think it's nicer to say KOD than use a word like such as King for a name for an artist.
There you go, man. There you go. And where are you located right? You're in Montreal, right?
Yeah,
Toronto?
I'm in Montreal. No, I'm in Montreal right now. Unfortunately, it's sad. It's sad. Usually my tour would have started as of March, and unfortunately, a week before my tour started, I had to shut down everything. Shut down everything for the next until the quarantine is done.
Yeah, that was one of our questions actually. And for everybody to log in, welcome on the Nick and Jimmy Show. We have the one and only FADI KOD on the call. And if you have any questions for FADI, remember, this is not scripted. We will record multiple segments regarding this. So we're going to have some very, very good questions, some good nuggets, great conversations. So if you have any questions, don't be shy to ask FADI. So one of the questions actually is first of all, thank you for your time once again. How did this COVID-19 affect you? Because obviously you tour the world. How did it affect you?
I gotta say it affected me in two ways. It affected me in a bad way when it comes to business and like future project that I had into my musical career. On a personal level, it has affected me in a very positive way. I got a chance to stay home, take a break, maybe get some time to assess a bit a lot of things in my personal life, which cleared up many questions that I had put on the side because I was concentrating mostly on my work and my career. And yeah, so let's say from a business perspective, it's horrible. From a personal perspective, it's amazing. So like I kind of take more the positive side of it. I tend to put pause on business. I think it's a beautiful thing about that COVID. That's the only beautiful thing, that we're able to take a break. We're constantly running, and try to always be on top, try to always top charts, try to always perform well in any of our businesses or any industry. So it was a way to say, like, let's press pause and let's think about really what really matters, which is like our values, our personal lives and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And another advantage that me and you have, we don't need a barber, right?
Yeah, that's actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, I miss my barbers because I have many of them. Yeah. It's still feels fresh. It's like a woman, when they do their nails, they can do them themselves, but
it's
they
convenient.
like to go to exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So talk to us about your career. How long have you been an artist and a professional tam-tam, right? Is that it?
Tam-tams? Yeah. How long? Well, if you can consider yourself an artist, I've been an artist all my life. Because I started playing drums at the age of 2. At the age of 4, I was first time on stage singing and drumming. So my oldest souvenir is playing drums. So let's say I would consider myself an artist, but a professional artist as like a profession. It's more since the age of 13 years old. Even while going at school, I was part of a band, which was my job. I was working Wednesday night in a band, Thursday nights, Fridays and Saturdays. And like really as like purely just making music and not doing any other job. This is, let's say since 2001. 2001, that's 19 years that I'm a real professional, simply dedicated to music. Obviously, I started before that concept of playing drums and clubs and on techno and house music. That lasts from the 1998, 1999 era. I was already performing, but that wasn't like my full-time job. My full-time job of playing music became in 2001.
So you've been doing this full-time 19 years, so roughly 20 years.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, let's say 20. Let's say 20. Full-time, traveling, producing, the ups and downs of being an artist, the ups and downs of you know, like any business, like any profession, like anything in life. It's not always beautiful, but it's like the dedication. 20 years later, I am extremely happy and extremely proud of what I've done, and obviously thanks to the support of everybody. You know, when you tell yourself I started this from playing drums, and now I have millions of views on my music videos. So
Well,
yeah, it's
congratulations, man.
thank you, thank you.
And so, correct me if I'm wrong, and your biggest hit so far is Señorita with Super Soccer, right?
Yes, this
Yes.
it's crazy when I tell the
Amazing
story
song,
about
man.
this
I
song.
love it.
Thank you. You know, the song was written and composed in 2005. Coming back from a nightclub in Acapulco, Mexico, with a bunch of friends from Montreal. We were all drunk, and I had a friend of mine. His name is Leon.
Yeah.
Thanks to him, also he helped me with the Spanish lyrics. There was an old man with us, a Greek friend of ours, Ari from Toronto, who just
Okay.
told me he wrote the Greek part, and this is how it went. And I wrote the Arabic, and over the years, 12 years later, I modified a bit the lyrics. The musical has been done since 2005. That melody, it was done in 2005, drunk in a villa in Acapulco, Mexico. I had my laptop, and I was composing the song, like going all along, like on my laptop. And look, today it turned out to be a major hit. Also with the help of Sacco. Sacco came in and gave it that little touch. I was looking for the perfect
Combo.
feature for that song. I didn't want it to be too tacky. I didn't want it to be just like, let's say, having a girl that sings with me. I really wanted it to be like an international hit. And this is why I went with the English, the Spanish, the Greek. By the way, I love Greek music. I don't speak Greek. I just learned the lyrics, and I sang it out of the heart. And like a lot of people told me, okay, your accent isn't perfect, but it sounds really good. So yeah, so that's a bit of a quick story about the song Senorita. And yes, it is my I technically consider it my only hit, and obviously I don't like to say that, but it's a reality. I don't I don't hide that, but I have about like 40 songs in the bank ready to be released. So stay tuned. Let's say stay tuned. There's a lot of stuff happening.
No, it's good. You're very humble
Thank
the way
you.
you said it.
Thank you.
Instead of acting like you're the high horse, right? You're
And I'm not like that. Thank God I'm not like that.
there. You go. And let's talk about a lot of features. What was your biggest feature? Obviously, we said Super Sock, but how about Masari? But that song, Senorita, actually, a little off topic. I was in Egypt in January. Okay, I was uh, I was at a couple of private parties as well. I actually met Galeb, not Galeb. What's the guy's? He's a billionaire in Egypt. Anyways, I forgot his name. And your Senorita is all over the place, even in Egypt, right?
I know.
So
It's great. The best feeling was, I'm gonna tell you something. This song, technically, the production was done in LA. I had to travel to LA to record it because I can't. I'm not like the other artists when they do a collaboration. One artist is there and one artist is there. And the funny part, I worked so hard for this production. And one day I'm traveling through Paris. I'm stopping in the duty free. I walk in the duty free and my song is playing. So I was like,
amazing,
what a feeling. And so, yeah, the song played everywhere. By the way, it topped the charts in more than 40 countries.
for sure. Not
Uh,
surprised.
technically, I never announced that, but I could say it very loud and proud. It topped the charts in 40 countries. It hit top 10 in many countries. It
And it
hit
hasn't
number
been
one.
1 year. Huh? It's like
It
six
hasn't been one
months,
year.
8 months or something.
It's been 8 months, and I released it at the end of the summer. This is a decision from myself because it's funny. There was the song "Senorita" of Shawn Mendes that got released like
Yes,
not even a month before. We were
very true.
supposed to release "Senorita" in May 1st, "My Senorita," and then while going through the process, I discovered that Shawn Mendes released a song named "Senorita." And funny as it may sound, it's been called Senorita since 2005. The song, I still have the file, like the lyrics is Senorita, you know. So it was the main name. So I kind of like waited to release it, and I just hope this year is gonna be like even better. Like we top charts. Like I have about 10 10 million views on YouTube. Things that people don't see. I get notifications every day, like your song is top 10 in Bahrain, your song is top 10 in Romania, your song is top 10, and I get it like it even hit top 100 in France. You know, this is a huge, you know, and when you get these messages and you worked so hard all your life, and it's an amazing feeling. It's a beautiful thing.
And how does it work regarding getting paid? Every time somebody clicks, you get paid. Every time, how does it work?
I can't answer this question without the presence of my lawyer.
I like it.
I'm kidding. No, actually, I get paid on different sites because I'm the writer and composer. So I get royalties as a writer composer. I get also royalties as publishing because it's my own publishing company. I get also royalties, but technically get paid as I'm the performer of the song. I don't get paid per click. I get paid because different clicks on YouTube, example, have a different value in different parts of the world. Like a click, a view in America is not the same thing as a view, let's say, example, in India, or where there's a mass, where there's more people. It's always based on the value of an advertisement in that country online. Let's say in America, when you pay for like advertisement on a YouTube channel, as an American company, you will always pay more because it has a higher value. You make more money, let's say, from the online market. So yeah, your clicks, your likes, your views, every one of them are important. Like, thank God to this, I'm able to survive. But obviously, I don't make all the full amount. Label makes money. Super Sacco makes money. Everybody like gets to eat off of that song.
Very good. And Nick has a question here. How did you think of becoming a singer? Did you always dream of becoming a singer?
Okay, that's the funny part. I started playing drums at the age of 2, but my passion has always been singing. Like my first time on stage at the age of 4 was singing. I've always had a passion of singing. 4? Yeah, age of 4, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've always had this passion for singing, but I don't know why I was never confident of singing, because playing drums, that baby here behind me, has always been like just like so easy for me. So I never really concentrated on singing until the day I arrived at a point in my career where, okay, I'm a drummer. Like, I'm playing with the Gypsy Kings. I play with different very known artists. I open up for a lot of artists. I keep playing drums, but at the end of the day, people recognize you as a drummer. So I'm there. It's good. I'm not saying I'm the best drummer. I'm not saying but I got to the point where I'm recognized as a drummer. But I always had this passion for music, and not any for singing, and not any kind of singing. I know it sounds tacky, but I like to sing like emotional stuff that has a lot of feelings. And so with time, that dream started becoming a reality, stepping in the studio, and just here and there, while like I'm playing for other known artists, I would step on the mic. They would tell me, "Yo, dude, you know how to sing. You sing very well. That's good. Can I use your back vocals for one of the tracks?" Yeah, no problem. So yeah, so the dream
then
came
you
true.
attracted it. You attracted it after that.
Of course. I work, like, just to answer to his question, I work on my dreams. I don't work on projects. I have a dream. I work on a dream. I don't say I have a project of singing. No, my dream is to sing. I work on it.
And how important is to have the right mindset? Because it's not now it's easier than your first 5 years, right? But talk to us your first 5 years. There was a lot of ups and downs for sure, right?
Oh my God, my first 5 years, if I say, it was crazy, because I used to put my drums in a backpack and travel to a country and just go knock at the door of any nightclub I would find and say, "Hey, I'm a drummer. I can play in your club." And I'm not gonna lie to you, 80% of the time people were laughing at me. 80% of the time people were talking and saying, "Look at this guy from Canada come in and play drums." Like, and then they would try me one night and I would sign a contract. I've never got refused any contracts. After seeing me play one time, they never refused any contract. Obviously, like, I'm not saying because like I was incredible. It's because it was unique. No one had done that, and it was like a little hint, a 15 minutes, a 30 minutes that would change the whole ambience, the whole vibe of a place. But I had to work hard to show this to people, to prove this to people, to let them know. There was no YouTube back then, you know? There was no YouTube. There was no, hey, go check my Instagram, go check my videos. Back then, I grabbed my
CDs.
drums. Yeah, even CDs, you had to have money to print them.
True.
You had to have the $5, $6, $7 to print the CD, you know? So I'm just going to give you an example. Mumba in Laval, when I started
Yeah.
playing at Mumba, I used to grab my drum, wait in the lineup and be like, hey, I want to come in this club. And the owner back then, the owner, the last owner used to be at the door and be like, no, you're not coming in. Until one day he was like, you know what? You know, it's like the 6th time I see him. So he brought me in and I played that night. And the next week I was there. The next week I had a contract for like 3 years. I performed that Mumba on Thursday, waiting in the lineup 6 times with my drums in the cold of winter. But I did it and I worked hard. And yes, I had to prove myself. But today I'm proud of that because that humbled me down. That showed me that it didn't happen like this. You know, I wasn't God created to be the best, or I wasn't God created. I worked for that, you know?
You earned it.
Yeah, I earned it. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. I'm not shy. I'm really not shy. And that's why I talk about my passion and my music. I don't talk about it to show off. I talk about it because I love it. It's my passion. It's me. It's who I am.
Beautiful, man. I see we have a couple of questions here. Loretta, God bless you. You're a beautiful soul. May He continue blessing you.
Thank you.
Nick has another question. Very good one. In this industry, is it more about talent or discipline?
I'm gonna tell you something. Let's say I'm gonna take this a pot to cook. In this industry, you have to have talent. That's number one. You have to have dedication. You have to have lots of money, and you have to have lots of time. I know it sounds funny. People think that 15-minute I go on stage, or that 30-minute I go, I get paid and it's done. Well, that 15-minute takes me at least 4 to 5 hours of preparation before. That whole day I don't eat because I can't get on stage and perform, like give my 100% and like be full or not feeling well, or so I gotta like kind of like a fast all day. I'm just giving a quick example, like quick little things. Like it's a lot of work. This industry is a full-time dedication. I hate to say it this way, but you cannot be part of this industry. You have to be the industry. If you think you're gonna be part of this industry, you're an employee. You become a slave to that. You have to be the industry. So I created my industry. I created my niche. I did what I had to do. And I was lucky to be surrounded by people that would understand. My family, my ex-wife, and now my girlfriend. Everybody understands. So I was always surrounded by people that supported me and helped me out in what I was doing.
Beautiful. A few things here. Hard work beats talent anytime. Totally agree.
Yes.
Success is a journey of many failures. Absolutely.
Yes.
Another question here. Do you have other investments to protect you in case of an emergency like this one? Or do you rely solely on entertainment?
Unfortunately, I have zero investment. I'm pure, fully thrown into the industry. I invest every single penny in every single video, every single thing. I invest money on my social media. I invest money on my clothing. I invest money. Sometimes I go and I perform for free, which I pay the ticket. I pay everything really just to promote and get the people to know who FADI KOD is. And yeah, I invest constantly purely on my career. I have zero other investment. Everything relies on that. And thank God, support of everybody, honestly. If it wouldn't be from the fans and the supporters, all this money that I put would be going down the drain. That's why you have to be disciplined, because it's my money, it's my time. It's my personal life, it's my career. So that's why I'm like fully on that.
Do you have an agent or any agents, or you?
I work with many agents. I work with many partners. I work with many companies, but mainly who manages is King of Drums Music Group. I work with in my music group. I have a team which manages me. Also, I have a team that goes with me on stage, that travels with me. I have also Wolf Management, and from the image perspective, the image, the social media is Wolf Management, and obviously also bookings.
Wolf, is that Car Wolf? Wolf Manager? No.
No, no, no. Wolf is one of right now top leading influencers. He's very known online.
Okay.
Technically, he's a can I use a bad word? He's a shit disturber online. So he creates. He's a marketing genius. So yeah, I'm associated with him. He's also the manager of Super Sacco. So I kind of work with a lot of people.
Okay.
I never like. I never wanted to be inside a box. I always like to step outside of the box. So I work with a lot of people. I have no restrictions, and that's the beauty and the beauty of this business. You can be like versatile and get a chance to collaborate with anybody.
What was your biggest highlight so far in 20 years? Yes, senorita, but on top of that, your biggest audience, your biggest highlight.
Oh my God, every little thing is a big highlight for me because I'm lucky, man. Nobody gets the chance to do that. When I pack my suitcase and I leave, and I do 6 countries in a matter of 7 days, it's a highlight by
Right.
itself, you know. Being able to get on stage and finish and have like I don't care, an old lady that's 90 years old that comes and hugs you and tells you you brought back my soul from a child. That's a highlight. Every single step in my life and my career is a highlight.
Okay,
And
favorite country you've been to so far. That's it.
oh my God, you're gonna say I'm gonna kiss ass. I'm gonna say it with all my heart. Greece.
Beautiful.
Greece has been for me. It's where I would like to buy a piece of land and have my own vineyard, and like really, like this is where I would like to go. Really go end my 6 months winter year there. Even if it's not hot in winter, I would just love to go there. I love Greece.
Bravo.
I love Greece.
So we have James. Acapulco was a highlight.
Yeah, well, Acapulco is my second home. Acapulco is where FADI KOD boomed. It was Acapulco where, you know, I used to stay there 6 months a year. I used to be there during
6 months a
spring
year.
break. Yeah, spring break was 2 clubs, one 3,000 people, the other one 2,000 people, 2 performances per night, 5,000 people watching you 45 days in a row per night.
Oh.
So yeah, it was a highlight. Like people from all around the world would come to the club, watch the show, and like be like, "Yo, I'm taking you back to my country," and that's what opened up FADI KOD. I was like in a place where people from all around the world would come and like, "Yo, you're coming with me to LA. Hey, I'm taking you to Miami. Hey, I'm taking you to Monaco. Hey, you know, this is how it went. This, you know."
Amazing.
But don't get me wrong. First times in Mexico, I was living on a toast bread. You know, I had no money. I stayed
But you
there.
built it from there.
Huh?
You built it from there.
Yeah, I built it from there.
Bravo.
From really going and leaving everything and going 6 months a year there and live in a condo and just like a bohemian style, you know?
There you go. What's your next? Here's another question. What's your next song? And do you have a show coming up in Montreal?
My next song is Kiss Me. Okay. We were supposed to go film the video clip in March, April. We were going to Morocco to film it. We had everything planned, unfortunately, with the AFC and Paul Dummett, same team that I worked with for Senorita. And release it May 1st. Unfortunately, we're going to postpone everything. I'm not, how can I say? I'm just postponing everything. I'm not changing anything.
It's not canceled, it's postponed.
It's postponed. Kiss Me is coming out. Fate is coming out. I have also 3 other projects, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't yet decided the name of the songs. All of this was coming out in 2020. I was coming out with 5 releases, 4 videos. I think we're gonna postpone a bit, but I'm gonna be doing a big production in Montreal. I've taken this decision. One of the songs I've decided to do a huge production in Montreal to represent Montreal. I might need the help of a lot of people in the area. I want to like put Montreal on the map this time with this project. If I have a big concert, I had a huge concert coming up with Roscoe Foundation, with Roscoe Construction. We had a big concert coming up. It was something huge that we were working on. Unfortunately, obviously, everybody knows it's on pause. So I'm sorry to tell you guys, Until further notice, I can't say there's anything in Montreal. But we like as soon as they say yes, be ready. I'm gonna do something huge. I'm gonna be doing a big concert. So stay tuned. Definitely, definitely.
Beautiful. Talking about this COVID deal, these crazy times happening right now. How do you think things will change within the next 12 months? Because you mentioned Acapulco, 5,000 people. Is it going to still be the same before the vaccine, right? Are people going to want to be next to each other, flying, right? Your opinion about this virus?
I'm the generation that lived 9/11, like really lived 9/11. I'm that generation. When it happened, it was like prime time of my life, and I was in my 20s, and I was about to like boom, and it actually postponed a lot of my work from traveling. 2001. First time I traveled was in Acapulco was in 2000. 2001 was my first real contract, so I had to postpone a bit more because the traveling was different, regulations was different. Same thing is gonna happen with COVID right now. I expect big gatherings to be controlled for quite a few months. Obviously, weddings and private events, I don't think they're going to be able to control that. I don't think we're going to be able to control that. At the end of the day, we want to live. But yes, for the next few months, it will be controlled, but eventually it's going to get loosened up. But I hate to say it, but there's certain rules and regulations and social behavior that will change, obviously, with time.
March 15 was supposed to be my son's baptism. We canceled it last minute. The following day, I heard there was a Jewish wedding, 200 people.
Yes.
4 people dead, right?
Yeah.
It could have been my family, if you know what I mean. But
actually, yeah. Sorry to cut you, but I have a friend. I have a friend that worked in that wedding and caught the COVID. Him, his wife, and his kids.
Crazy.
He worked at that wedding, and he went through the whole process, and he got diagnosed, and they stayed home. They were quarantined, and they survived, thank God, because they were healthy. But he told me, Fadi, the pain is unbelievable. It's like you feel like your lungs are shattering into pieces, and like little pieces of glass inside your lungs. So yeah, I have a friend that was at that wedding, and I know the story. Yeah, sad, but
yeah, very sad. Let's see here. Okay, a lot of questions. Do you think it's easier for USA artists to thrive as opposed to Canadians? Like, do you need more to be a USA to be with the Americans? No, let me. Do you think it's easier for USA artists to thrive as opposed to Canadians? Like, do you need to move to the USA to be on top?
Okay, it all depends on who you are as an artist. It all depends where's your fan base. It's really a question of logistics. I'm in Canada. I'm not known in Canada. Nobody knows what's FADI KOD. You go to Romania, I was song #1 last summer. Everybody knows who's FADI KOD. It's really has nothing to do as Canadian or American artist. If I show you my statistics, people in the USA listen to my music more than in Canada. And #1 country right now listening to my music is Germany. I don't think there's anything about Canadian or American artists, but don't get me wrong, America is has a machine of music industry where like as soon as you enter in that and you're able to break this let's say this fence that they have around this industry in the US.
Then you're known internationally.
Yes, you're known internationally. It's normal. But then again, like there's singers, I'm sure that a Greek singer, example, or Lebanese singer that are not known in America, but they're huge to the Greek community around the world. So I don't think as a Canadian artist, it's easier for the American. It's at the end, it's all about, like I said, the spot, how you cook it and how you present it to people. That's what it is. That's what it is at the end.
Got it. I have to put my phone on charger there. So, are you on Canadian mainstream radio?
Unfortunately, no. I'm going to talk about the industry a bit. I didn't contact what we call a, let's say, a radio. I forgot the name how you call it, but someone that's in charge to distribute your music to radio. I really called radios directly. I even had people requesting the song, but unfortunately, since I didn't go through like let's say a radio broker, the song didn't play on mainstream radio, and I technically didn't work on it. Eventually, I will. I just really wanted to test to see how the industry would see an artist like such as me get topping charts around the world. And unfortunately, if you don't pay that radio broker, even if you're top #1 around the world, they won't play your music. Even if you requested, yeah, radio tracker, exactly. Even if you requested 1 million times at the radio, this is the way it is. You have to go through a radio tracker. You got to give that little envelope to that buddy, and your music becomes mainstream. But I wanted to test. I used my personal music to experience, and yeah. So even if you're topping charts, you gotta pay that radio tracker to be able to make it on mainstream radio in Canada. Unfortunately, sadly, my song is playing on the radio in LA, in Miami, in New York, in places where like people would dream to have their music played, but in Montreal it doesn't play on mainstream. In Toronto it doesn't play. It's a sad reality. In French we say on n'est pas prophète dans son propre pays. So
there you go.
Let me preach outside.
I love it. So the king, Jennifer, can you? This is a good question actually. Can you sing us a song live and play on the drums?
Oh my God. I would love to do it right now, but I'm really not ready. But I can promise later on I'm gonna do a live concert. I do it every Saturday. I would love to do it right now, but I'm really not, I'm not ready. So Jennifer, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. You can check after my Instagram. It'll be my pleasure, even to send you a special shout out because you came back. I'm gonna be performing live. I'm not ready. I'm not prepared, and let's say it takes a little bit of technical stuff to be able to do it.
No problem. So sorry, Jennifer, but it's not a rejection. It's just postponed.
No, exactly, right? Exactly.
And that's Nick's girlfriend, by the way. So here's a good question. Can you talk about a recent challenge you faced and overcame that made you proud of yourself?
A major challenge. On a personal level or on like my career level, I would like to know, because those are
let's
two.
Let's say professional.
Professional. Professional. I gotta say something. My biggest challenge was to be able to, let's say, capitalize on Señorita, not having a team like, let's say, a full label behind me as an independent label. Just to let you know, everybody on my team and that works for King of Drums Music Group, they're all friends. They're all family. It's really out of pure love for FADI KOD. Even Wolf, it's really out of pure love for FADI KOD. So one of the challenge was to able to capitalize on Señorita and not having that team of professionals behind me. And we achieved it. We 10 million views, over 10 million views on YouTube. There's not a lot of artists in Quebec that have 10 million views on their YouTube, and sometimes I don't realize it.
Actually, maybe a hook voisin. It's a joke. It's a joke.
No. Yeah, that was a major that was a major challenge, and I couldn't lose my face because Señorita has always been my baby, my song that I always kept in my laptop, and I was waiting for the right moment to release it. So that was my my gold ticket. I knew it all my life. That was my gold ticket. So it was a challenge and we achieved it. I'm very proud of me. I'm very proud of my surrounding. I'm proud of everybody. Like, the support I got for that song was unprecedented. Like, those 10 million views didn't come only because of talent. It came also because of people wanted to go and watch that video. By the way, that video was done, written, and discussed on this couch, on this counter. Here was the meetings that were happening. Here, this is where all the planning, contacting Fashion Nova to get all the clothing line, contacting the models. I had a list of 100 models. I had to choose the models. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it sensual, with respect, and show the beauty of nature, and show the beauty of the señorita. You know, I didn't want it to be nasty or dirty or too sexually oriented. I just wanted it to be sexy, and it
You
took
did a
us.
great job.
Thank you, thank you. It took us many hours. Just a quick example. The main señorita in the video, there's not really a main señorita in the video. I wanted to showcase a lot of my friend Lolo, which is French Canadian from here, from Montreal, the girl that has all the tattoos. People were telling me, but it doesn't match, you know, señorita is a Latina. Why didn't you put a Latina? Because the señorita is not necessarily a Latina. It's just talking about the beauty of a woman, the feeling that you have for a woman. When a woman breaks your heart, how do you feel? Because sometimes for a guy, it's very difficult to, let's say, tell a woman how you feel after a breakup or something. So with this song, I was able to do it. People sing it thinking it's a love song. It's about a broken heart love song. People just don't realize it. People dance to it, and the lyrics are like, "You broke my heart. Bring me back the power of love. You know, give me back the power of your love." And people are dancing and singing the song, and that's beautiful. I'm happy, but in reality, it's really a deep love song.
It's very catchy. I listened to it probably 20 times yesterday. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. You know, this song, I worked on it so many years. I even have artists that stole the melody from me.
Wow.
And released their songs in the Middle East, topped the charts in the Middle East. I had court cases against them ready. I put everything on pause. I told myself, you know what, I don't want to have a black cloud and go court cases against these very famous artists. So I decided to release the song and wait for them to sue me. And of course, nobody showed up, because at the end of the day, this song, I have it registered at the SOCAN since 2008. So when I finished this song, I'm not going to lie to you, I was sitting in my car, I was listening to it. I started having tears in my eyes. And then I realized it's addictive. This is why I wanted to get to that point. It's such an addictive song. It's crazy. You can't listen to it one time. You have to listen 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's like nonstop. I wanted to portray the same thing with the video that a lot of people tell me, Fadi, like I'm watching the video. I watch because there's a lot of things, a lot of details that are important in that video that people don't realize, and then they watch it carefully and like, oh, I see these things. Oh wow, look at this girl. Oh, look at this view. So yeah, I really wanted it to be how can I say, a mind-working song, a mind-working video, so people really want to listen one time, listen 2 times, listen 3 times, and I think it worked. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you should be proud of yourself, man. Seriously.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's scroll all the way up. You shouldn't say sorry. Don't worry about it.
By the way, the song "Kiss Me" is gonna have a bit of the same effect. It's a very sad song. Very sad song. I wrote the song. Well, I didn't write it alone. I wrote it with the help of J7, which is my boy, KOD Team for Life, and producer was Lenoir. This song is extremely sad. We did it when I was extremely depressed, extremely emotional. And if you listen to it, you're like, oh my God, I want to listen to it again. There's so much emotion in it. So expect again another very touching song. Like, you're going to listen to it many times also.
I'm ready, especially during these times. We have nothing to do, right?
Yeah, yeah. Special shout out. Somebody just said special shout out to J7. J7 is one of my main pillar. I don't write any songs without his help.
How about the producer? He does beats. Paul Keys.
Oh, Paul Keys is a good friend of mine. We haven't worked on anything yet. I was planning on to. Let's wait a bit. Paul Keys is super talented, extremely talented guy. People don't know, but he helps in a lot of productions with Super Sacco. These are little insight that I tell you guys. Paul Keys, like a big hand for Paul if he's listening. Shout out to him. And shout out to his team.
Mr. Tam-Tam.
Oh, Marco, my boy. Marco.
Yeah, we have
super
Marco.
Cool guy also.
Because we have the car scenes.
Yeah.
It's on our YouTube channel. Nice story. Very, very nice guy.
Super nice guy. Super nice guy.
Let me see here. There's so many questions. Shout out to J7. Yes, we saw that.
My boy, Jay.
Uh, The song, is it based on a past relationship?
Yes, of course. It's actually about my divorce.
Okay, cool. Origins. Let's talk about your origins. Are you born in Montreal or Lebanon?
No, born and raised in Montreal. Funny as it may seem, I visited Lebanon for the first time was in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. I went for my cousin's wedding. I was his best man. I was going for a week. I ended up going only for 2 days because when I arrived, I got a phone call for a gig in Marbella. So I left Beirut. I went to Marbella, did my gig for 2 days, and came back to Beirut. Uh, Went to the wedding, spent 2 days there, and came back.
That's Marbella. I love it. I've been there a few times. My wife's
Beautiful.
aunt, she has a place right next to Marbella, actually.
In Malaga,
No, not that far, near Marbella.
near Marbella. I
Yeah,
love
right.
Marbella. I've been there. I I've been Marbella, Malaga. I've been to Ibiza so many times I don't even count them anymore. That's the beauty of what I've done in my life. Really, like it's the traveling part is when I think about it, I go back. I It's incredible how much I've traveled around the world.
Oh, for sure. You probably collected a lot of points, right?
Um, there's an application with Air France that tell you, like with Air France, how much traveling you've done. And if I show you right now, you will freak out. Let me just try to sign in very quickly just to show you
Sure.
my trips and numbers. It's crazy. My trips and numbers. Let's see that. So in the last 10 years, I've been to 32 cities. That's only with Air France. And time spent in the air was 53 days, 7 hours, and 44 minutes. I've done 937,574 kilometers with Air France. So technically, I've went to the moon. I've been around the Earth. I've been around the Earth 23 times.
Crazy.
This is how much my kilometers I've done only with Air France. So I've been to the moon, and I'm on my way to Venus.
And that's just Air France.
Just that's just Air France. Yeah, it's crazy. Look at time spent 53 days, 7 hours. This is purely spent in the plane. We're not talking about the transits. We're not talking. So that's a lot of hours. I go crazy.
How's Lebanon right now with the politics and everything? Is it getting worse? Because there was a multiple protests, right?
Honestly, I was one of the forefront uh, people pushing for the liberation, let's say, of the people of Lebanon in October. Unfortunately, this is a political point of view. I decided to let it go because as I've never believed in politics, so I really wanted to, like, there's no politics involved in Lebanon. It didn't happen, and unfortunately, they got hit also with COVID. These poor people haven't had work, haven't went to school since October. So yeah, so I talked to a lot of people there. I look at the news. Uh, I stopped. Technically, I look at the news, but I stopped really, like, let's say, make my brain work about it because I wanted to, like, put this thing on the side because I know Lebanon is suffering a lot. They are suffering. They can't talk. They don't have a structure. They were still inside of a revolution while they got hit with COVID. So yeah, I don't wanna. I really don't wanna say really anything about it because it saddens me. It
Is there a lot
saddens
of
me.
regarding COVID? Is there a lot of cases in Lebanon? No.
In a country like Lebanon, it's very difficult to get the right numbers.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Uh, it's the corruption level is incredible. So I don't wanna. I really don't. I can't comment on that.
There you
Even
go.
if they would say 100, I could tell you it could be two or it could be 10,000. That's a sad reality about corruption.
Got it for sure. Let me scroll up here. Um, Thank you for playing at my wedding in 2008 from Ben Y26.
My goodness, 2008.
Um, Actually, Nick asked a very good question earlier. I think he said, "Do you read any books? Do you have any mentors?"
Of course, I read very a lot of books. Do I have mentors? I have many mentors. As an artist, you know, people sometimes they have a mentor. As an artist, every single person in my life is a mentor.
Hmm.
It's crazy because that's the step one. As an artist, you have to understand that you have to be manageable, and
Yeah.
being manageable, people don't work for you, people mentor you,
Hmm.
especially when they're friends. I have friends that I consider mentors. I have I have professionals that work with me as mentors also. Yes.
And what's one feature that you want to work with? Like you got Super Sacco. Would you ever want to work with somebody like Drake? What would be your dream? Let's say one of your dreams.
One of my dreams would be J Lo.
J Lo. Okay,
Yeah,
that would work. Yeah.
J Lo would be one of my dreams. J Lo is for me a pioneer for the Latin music. One of the pioneers. Obviously, there was before that. Now they own, let's say, the whole industry around the world. So that shout out to Latin America, everybody from Latin America. You guys are killing it, and yeah, a dream would be J Lo.
What do you need to do to get that dream done?
Huh?
What do you need to do to accomplish that?
You need to have money to pay for the feature,
Okay.
and you have to have a solid project.
Okay. So you have to a nice solid blueprint. You're saying.
Exactly.
Okay. This one here, you should come to Israel in June to perform at my niece's bar mitzvah, and I need to ask you some.
First of all, I want to be able to go to Laval and perform at a wedding in Laval, and then I'll discuss about anywhere around the world.
Good point.
Unfortunately, right now, my dream is to be able to perform for 20 people and up. So just a small gathering is is right now is like completely forbidden. So let's hope for the best.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's they're giving tickets left and right. Later on, like in a few hours, I'm gonna go to Laval to see my parents to pick up some lamb and a few things, and just in case, in and out, quick, just in case neighbors call because
Oh my God, some lamb. You just, right now, I feel like going and buying a gigot and cooking it at home now.
there you go.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen.
Are you celebrating this weekend or last weekend?
I celebrate with everybody,
Everybody.
with
Okay.
and with any religion.
Bravo.
I
Good.
celebrate with everyone. I have my personal religion, but I celebrate with everyone. I think it's this way I'm able to have a holiday every week. So
There
every
you go.
day is a holiday.
Bravo. We have a few minutes. Hello, Fadi. Big hello from Morocco. That would be a great
Shout out
feature.
to everybody in Morocco and Tunisia, Algeria. Shout out to my boy FIFO Beats that work with me on the song Watani for Lebanon. Also, Northern Africa.
There you go. Okay, let's finish off with a few things here because Instagram gives us maximum 1 hour. So we have a few minutes. So, Fadi, for anybody watching this video right now, this conversation right now, that wants to get involved in music or that wants to be an entrepreneur like you, what advice would you give them?
Well, other than just simply taking the decision to fully acknowledge that you have to dedicate your whole life to this. It's a lifestyle, and it's a profession, and it's a passion. So technically, it's all your life. So what I would say, first of all, practice. Be 100% sure about your personal confidence. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be the most talented. You have to be the most confident. The day
Or,
you're the
yeah, go ahead, sir.
the day you're the most confident, you're gonna be ready to present yourself in front of people.
And
It's
that starts
really,
with working on yourself, right?
yeah, you gotta work on yourself. You gotta work on. Look, as an artist, you have to be for the people and be with the people and understand the people that are gonna follow you. So you got to work on yourself to be able to be humble. You can't have an ego. You can't have, you have to acknowledge and respect everybody because this industry, your head can go up very high. This attitude can change. You might lose a lot of friends. You're going to get judged. I receive death threats every day on my social media. You have to accept a lot of things. People want to take a part of you. People want to extort you because they see you. So you have to be ready mentally, physically, and you have to be surrounded by the proper people, right people that will push you, that will help you to thrive. Because even if you do anything and you're not confident and you don't have the right support, forget about it. This is not change what you're looking for, because this is not the place that this can work out that way. Sorry, I'm mixing up the words because I'm reading some of the questions at the same time.
No problem. Cutthroat game. Yeah, that was actually one of my questions. Do you think this is cutthroat? And I asked that to Marco, Mr. Tam-Tam, and he answered pretty much yes. It's a cutthroat business. That's why you have to. Yeah, go ahead.
For me, it's not a cutthroat business. I don't. That's something that I'm different than anybody else. I don't consider it a business. I consider it like a playground. I'm here. You know, when you're an athlete, you don't play to make money. You play because you're passionate about what you do. So I don't take it as a business. I really like when I use the word industry is, yeah, when I use the word industry is when I'm talking administrative stuff. But the whole thing, I don't consider a cutthroat business at all. I think there's bread for everybody. There's events all around the world, and our playground is the whole planet. It's not like if I have to go to my office in Laval or in Montreal. My world is my playground. So no, it's not a cutthroat business. I just have to find the right people that are interested in what I do. And if they're interested in what I do, it goes. If they're not interested, so I don't consider any competition in this business. I don't consider that you have to be the first. You have to be the one. You have to be the one that people want. So no, there's no really, I don't consider it like a cutthroat business, no.
Agreed.
It's a difficult business, but not a cutthroat business.
Got it. Paul Dumit Photo. FADI is such an amazing, talented artist and cool person to work with. Happy to have collaborated with him on some projects.
I love Paul. Paul is amazing. Paul is a brother for so many years. Paul is the guy in the industry here in Montreal. He's a very, very known photographer. He takes, you can check my Instagram. The pictures are worth 1,000 words. It's all his work. I try to always put photo credit, Paul Dumit. It's all his work. He traveled with me for Senorita. We had a blast. It was the most beautiful experience. Even if you wanted to go on vacation, by the way, any of my project has to be fun. I don't take a project where like we're professionals, we wake up at 5 a.m. It's all about a flow. I rented if I tell you, I rented a big villa that fits about, let's say, easy 100 people. It was a full mountain with 17 villas. I rented this whole place. We were 18 people. I rented this whole place for everybody. So it was more of an experience and having fun than really filming the video clip. And you see it. That's exactly what I wanted to portray in that video. Is people just having fun, just being there. The beauty of the woman, the beauty of the nature of Acapulco, Mexico. And by living a nice experience with people like Paul, that's what made it nice, because they're the professionals that showcase these images. By being able to have fun and this and that, the images came out like this.
Beautiful. So Paul, let's connect and maybe we could collaborate together as well. Beautiful.
Of course.
Hi from Mexico. I think we could do one more question.
Can I do just one thing?
Of course.
Saludos a toda la gente de México, a toda la gente de Venezuela, a toda la gente de Latinoamérica. Los amos muchísimo. Quédate en tu casa, cuídate a ti, a tu familia. Special shout out for everybody in Mexico and South America. I love you guys.
Beautiful. Una cerveza, por favor.
Una Corona. Oh, no, I shouldn't say that.
Okay, so what do you think is the future of record labels with the influence of articulations intelligence?
Oh, sorry. There's the question. I didn't get it exactly.
No problem. What do you think is the future of record labels with with the influence of AI, or articulations intelligence?
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I was reading that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What's the future of labels? Look, artificial intelligence is going to be part of our lives. The base of it has already started. People don't know. It's the establishment. Let me go a bit more scientific. The establishment of blockchain. Blockchain is the base of artificial intelligence, which is gathering information and putting it through a web of computers on a mass quantum computer on a mass level, which is all around the earth. So this artificial intelligence started with blockchain. Blockchain has been the number one thing right now in the music industry, and the labels are all basing their database and their algorithms and their metadata through, I'm going too technical, through artificial intelligence. So yeah, it is going to affect. Everything revolves around artificial intelligence. Like just to let you know, streaming saved labels because they were still able to still have a grasp on the artist. But eventually, it's gonna change. You know, it's gonna change. But they'll always be owning the major platforms to play our music. So they are affected, but not in a negative way.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing. We have 10 seconds. Fadi, great meeting you. Congratulations on your success. You're a very humble guy. Never change.
Thank you.
And follow Fadi for everybody watching this video. Follow the Nick and Jimmy Show, and more to come. So happy Easter, happy holidays for everybody celebrating this weekend. And Fadi, thank you, man. Thank you for your time.
Love you, bro.
Love you too, buddy.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye, everybody.